script, I already have it prepared.
Wish I could be part of your world. What would I give if I could live out of these waters?
It's a no from me.
Ah!
Get off the stage.
No, get him out. I'm not going back to jail.
Leave now. Get him out of here. Education Today starts now.
Welcome to Education Today. I'm Natasha Klein
And I'm Jessica Query.
of Armstrong High School in the Armstrong School District. Today we are going to be interviewing some cast members from the Armstrong High School's musical, The Little Mermaid. With us now are Taylor Mercantile, who plays Eric, and Hannah Trithart, who plays Ariel.
So can you guys go into detail about like your parts?
Well, I play Ariel, and she's the main character. It's basically about her not wanting to be in the ocean anymore, falling in love with a human, and kind of being transformed into a human. She has to break a spell.
I'm the human she falls in love with. And basically I hear her voice, and that is like, I'm mesmerized by her voice, but I never see her, and I never see who sings.
Yeah.
And then when I finally do meet her, she can't speak, because she has to break the spell because she loses her voice because the sea witch Ursula takes it. And basically we fall in love the entire musical, and then in the end I find out it was her voice all along.
Yeah, nice. For your practices for the musical, how do those normally go?
We're usually here, for a while we were here right after school until like 3 to 5, and now we come here at 7 and we're here till like probably 11.
Most of the time we block a lot, which is just us going through a scene, learning our lines, and knowing where to walk on stage and stuff. And then we'd have dance, and then we'd have vocals.
Do you guys, like, at the end, just do it all? Like, for your last week of practices, do you just keep continuing to perform?
Yeah, we like, we'll start the show, and then we'll do act 1, and we only stop if we like desperately need to. And then we get some notes about good things, bad things, and then we have like a little 5-10 minute break, and then we do act 2, and then the same thing. And last night we just did our bows, which when we come out we bow, so we just did that last night.
Is it different performing with a pit than just performing with music?
Yeah.
Absolutely,
it's
1000%.
way different.
Yeah, because the music is flawless. Like when you listen to the music, there's like nothing wrong about it, but when you have an actual orchestra, like people play wrong notes, people do this, people do that, and it's a lot different. You like feel it more, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So how hard were you guys' auditions?
I think my audition was harder because we had to sing a girl's song
Yeah.
to start off with, and you know that's true. We had to sing a girl's song, and we had literally got the music, like the guys got the audition music the day of our auditions, and we had to sing it on spot, basically.
Yeah, but being a girl, there's like 30 girls trying out.
That is true.
While there's only
more
like 10
competition.
boys.
There's
Yeah.
more competition
There's so
for her.
many more girls
Yeah.
than there are boys.
But personally, my audition was a lot of like, yeah, it's really hard to act. Like I think it's easier for you to act like Ariel because she's so like lost in her own world. But for me, it's like I'm just lost in general. So it's like I don't know how to act like a prince. It's just like you just gotta act like it's just me. I don't know. It's really hard to explain, but. The auditions were actually, I thought they were kind of tough, and you had to sing in front of everyone. It wasn't like a closed audition. You were in front of everyone. Everyone watched what you were doing.
Why did you choose the parts that you chose? Well,
Oh.
auditioned for and got, technically.
I auditioned for this part because a lot of people were kind of encouraging me to do it. I kind of wanted to be like Sebastian or something like that, but I don't know, I had listened to some of the music and I heard his songs that he had on, like, in the musical, and I was just like,
I feel
I
like
want
you
that.
fit Eric, though. You look like
Thank you.
Prince Eric. You do.
So other than like the characters you are, what's your favorite character in the musical?
Ursula.
Ursula?
She's my absolute favorite.
Yeah.
Just 'cause I think it's because of Megan McClafferty. She does such a good job of
She's
playing
an
her.
amazing job. She's such a sweet little girl, and to see her go to like the extreme and just bring it to the top is crazy. I was really worried about her, actually, but my favorite character is either Ursula or, I love the eels, to be honest. If I would repick my part, I'd be an eel for 1,000%. I love them. I think they're so good. Caroline and Morgan play those parts perfectly. So good. That whole group of them is just perfect.
So, how does your family feel about your part in the musical?
And like the commitment and how much time you put into
Yeah.
it.
My family's okay with it because my little brother, he's one of the stage managers, so he's there all the time with me. And then my mother, she helps with the costumes, so they're very
so it's
supportive.
Kind of like a bonding time
Yeah.
too, as well. Like as you're.
My grandma was proud of me. She was very, very proud, but she's one of those people who just goes, "Are you sure that's right?" So when I told her I got Prince Eric, she was like, "Are you sure? Did you read it right? Are you sure?"
Oh.
I was like, "Yeah, Graham, ha ha ha." But yeah, she's really proud of me. She's excited, and there's not a lot. I don't think many people have heard me sing before. I'm
No,
not a
I
singer.
haven't.
I'm like in band and stuff, so I don't sing for many people. So I think it's gonna come to a shock. It was a shock to me.
Do you think you guys are prepared and ready to go?
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah.
I was worried about it 2 days ago, but now it's like,
Yeah, when you do the show over and over for the past couple of days, you get ready.
yeah.
Yeah, you kind of get to pick out like your little flaws anywhere, and you're
Yeah.
like, yes, I need to do this.
It's not, and it's also really nice to see like, not only the entire show to come together, but to see everyone like. I don't get to see all the good scenes, but like I get to see a couple of Ursula's scenes. They're my favorite to watch, and I think it's Poor Unfortunate Souls and Sweet Child and Poor Unfortunate Souls is like the end of Act 1, and those scenes just came together so well. It's so nice.
Do you guys have like a lot of costume changes?
First act, I have none. But the second act, every time I go off stage, I'm changing into something new.
Same exact for
Yeah.
me. First act, I have nothing, and then the second act, I'm like,
Yeah, and I have to have like 3 people helping me or else I don't get out there on
Yeah, I was
time.
gonna say like, how is that? That's like
Yeah.
so like hurried. It's like you need to change and get out to your next
there's
scene.
one scene, it's the quartet scene, and then the scene after, which is the contest. I literally take off this balcony, have to throw on a jacket, and walk out, like literally in like 2 seconds.
What's your guys' favorite costume?
My favorite is the Kiss the Girl dress. It's exactly like the cartoon. My aunt and my mother made it for me.
Aw.
My favorite costume is the one that I start out in. It's like just like a pirate. I look like a normal pirate, but it's just really cool. I like it.
So I know you guys said that you weren't really that close before the musical, but how is like you guys becoming friends? Does that help like with your parts?
Oh yeah, we have a funny relationship now. It's we make fun of each other a lot now. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of laughs, I think, and I think it didn't take us long. What I liked about it is it didn't take us long for us to like just snap
Yeah.
together, and I still can barely look at her without laughing because we have so many
Yeah.
scenes where like
He told
our
me-
faces are this close, and I'm just like.
Yeah, he told me once he can't say anything cute to me on stage while looking at me or else he laughs, so
Because sometimes I just throw up in my throat a little bit, and I have to like choke it back.
it's fine.
Oh my.
I'm just kidding.
So it is true, like all the musical kids say that like you guys are like a family after like this experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like there's plenty of people that I would have never, not that I would have never talked to, but like I just hadn't had the chance to actually become close with, and I just have, and it's just a really nice. I don't know, it's a really weird. As much as I hate everyone there, I love them at the same time.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to take a short break. When we get back, we'll be joined by Colton Miller, who plays Scuttle, and Cameron Quinn, who plays Flounder. We'll be right back.
Success. We see it every day. Hundreds of majors and programs, bachelor's degrees to PhDs, small classes, internationally known faculty who are committed to your success. Real-world experiences to guide you on your career and life path. An alumni network 120,000 strong. I'm IUP President Mike Driscoll. Visit us. Find your success at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
I'm Indiana County Sheriff Bob Fyhawk. We're all proud of Indiana County, but we must be worried about the negative growth of drugs and alcohol abuse. It is the responsibility of all of us, parents, teachers, and community leaders, to provide the best possible education to our youth in the prevention of drug and alcohol abuse. The law is a deterrent, but education is still our best protection. Help keep Indiana safe and drug-free. For more information on how to talk to your kids about drugs and alcohol, go to the abovetheinfluence.com, brought to you by the Armstrong Indiana Drug-Free Communities Coalition.
is a remarkable organ. It's almost infinite in its capacity. Its ability to reach its full potential is limited by only one thing: the heart. For if the heart isn't fully engaged in what you're doing, if you have no drive, no passion, the brain will simply go through the motions. Find your success at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
Welcome back to Education Today. Now we will be joined with Cameron Quinn and Colton Miller.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
So, can you tell us what your parts are?
Well, I'm Flounder. He's the blue and yellow fish that follows Ariel around and has a little crush on her, but, you know, it's all kind.
And I play Scuttle, the expert on human paraphernacular that really has nothing, that knows nothing about human artifacts or really what anything's for. He thinks a fork is used in a beauty salon, so.
I remember that. That was funny. So how were your auditions?
Well, for me, they were pretty rough this year. Last year's were a lot easier for me, and I mean, it was fun altogether, but the singing part really hit me, but I nailed the acting. Not bragging or anything, just I was really good at it.
Well, for me, it was sort of the same thing. That last year, it seemed like a breeze, and this year was a lot harder for me because last year I went in blind, not caring if I got a part. I just wanted to do musical. But this year, since I got a good part last year, I wanted another good part because I realized how much fun it was to have a lead. So I went in and I practiced a lot for the auditions, and then once I got up there, I completely screwed up. And it was sort of embarrassing, but I still ended up getting a pretty fun part, so I'm okay with it.
I was going to ask you if you've ever been in musicals before, but that's an obvious yes. So what are some of the musicals you've been in?
Well, my first musical was last year's Beauty and the Beast, and it was probably the best show I've done. Not saying this one's bad, but last year's was fun too. And before that, I did a junior high play called Crazy Town. That was the first ever theater thing I did, and after I did that, I was just like, wow, I really like this.
My first show was Willy Wonka back at the pile of rubble that used to be Ford City High School. And and then I didn't do it 10th grade year because of multiple reasons. And then 11th grade last year, I ended up doing Beauty and the Beast. And I believe that Beauty and the Beast was the best show I've ever done. But I guess we'll see how tomorrow goes, and maybe that'll change.
Okay, well, Cameron, you're only in 10th grade, right?
Yeah.
So how do you feel about getting such a big part?
Well, I feel surprised for one, and you know, I wasn't expecting one last year, and I was a freshman, and I got a decent-sized part, and I was really happy. And then this year, I got an even bigger part. I was just thrilled, and I'm glad I can be on stage and just make people smile. And every time I act, I make everyone else who happens to be in the auditorium just laugh and smile.
So, you guys' costumes, do you have just one each?
I have one. I believe you do too.
Yeah, I have one too.
But there are a lot of people in our cast that have to go from sailors in the first scene, then they have to go to fish for Under the Sea, then they have to go back to sailors, then to mushrooms, and then some of them have to go to princesses, and they have to go back and get their face painted, then cleaned, then painted, and it's just this whole big thing. But I'm happy that that I only have one costume and I don't have to change throughout the whole show.
So what made you choose to try out for Flounder and Scuttle?
Well, actually, I wanted Scuttle really bad, so I practiced all summer for his song, and you know, I was pretty bummed not getting him, but I'm glad my friend Colton got it, and I'm glad I got Flounder because that's fun too.
I actually auditioned for Sebastian, and I did the same thing. I practiced all summer until then, and my second choice, if I wouldn't have gotten Sebastian, was to be Flounder, and I'm glad Cam got it because he's doing really well with it, and I'm proud of him. But even though I didn't get Sebastian, Alex McCauley's doing a really good job with it, and I'm proud of him too. And I think that the reason I got this part was because they knew how wild and crazy I am, and that I would just go over the top with it, which is exactly what our director likes.
So, I know musical is like a giant commitment, and you guys put a lot of hours in. Are your families pretty supportive with it?
Yeah, Yeah, my family loves seeing me on stage. Like, even if they come during a practice and watch just a practice, they still have a kick out of it, and they are very supportive, offering me rides. And if they can't, they always feel bad, but, you know, they're very helpful, and I'm just glad that they get to see their starring achievement on stage.
My family is incredibly supportive. Last year, I think I had about 45 family and friends come because my mom was selling tickets left and right. And this year, I have about 25 because my mom was really late to getting tickets. But my mom is my biggest supporter. Last year, she made an iron-on shirt with Lumiere on it and wore it to the show. And I'm pretty sure she's doing the same thing with a picture of Scuttle.
Oh.
So my family is incredibly supportive. My brother is coming to watch the show, and he never went to any of my events like chorus or anything, but he's really proud of me. So it's good to have a supportive family whenever you want to do something like this, which is really nerve-wracking. It's just great knowing that there's at least one person out there that's there for you.
So, Cameron, you said that you are in 10th grade, so you plan on doing musicals throughout your high school career and maybe moving on with it. And Colton, you're a senior. This is your last time to do a musical. How do you feel about this?
It's incredibly sad, but I'm excited because we have a lot of very talented 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th graders that are going to be here next year to do the shows. And it's really sad because I do love doing this, and I have been doing it since freshman year. But it's just a great thing knowing that the next generation coming in is going to be just as excited, if not more excited, than I was my freshman year. And just showing that they're committed from 7th grade on, it's just going to make it a great show next year, and I'm excited to come back and watch it.
Are you planning on moving on with any type theater in college?
Possibly. I go back and forth. I think that I might not major or minor in it, but I'm definitely going to do some sort of stuff with theater, whether it's community theater or making it big on Broadway. Totally kidding.
So other than the character you guys play, what's your favorite character in the musical?
Well, for me, like I said before, I really wanted Scuttle, and I always liked his character, and he was always a funny character to me. And besides that, Sebastian, I really like him. Alex does a great job. He has a great voice, and he nails them. He does it very well. And of course, Flounder. He's probably up there too.
I would have to say, for the Broadway version, my favorite character has to be Ursula, because she's I don't know if it's just because Megan's doing such a good job, but every time that she's on stage, I just can't help but smile, and I want to scream backstage because I'm so proud. Or I guess in the movie, my favorite character would probably be Sebastian, just because of how funny he is at most parts, because he's like a cranky old man, and he just wants this dumb teenager to be doing normal things and going to rehearsal, but nope, she wants to fall in love with a weird human.
Did you guys spend a lot of time together? Do you guys grow closer as a cast?
Oh, yeah. At the beginning of the last year's musical, I knew no one except for a select few who I went in with my friends. But after a while, I get to grow closer with Colton and Hannah and Donovan. And at first, I thought they were all scary because I was just this wee freshman. And then there were seniors. So intimidating. But after a while, I learned they're all sweethearts and they're all nice.
I don't know why you were scared of me. I'm literally the size of a 7th grader. But yeah, I believe that whenever you do a musical and you're with these people every day for usually 4 months, but this year we had like 2, it just is really great because you get to meet some really great people, and you get really close with everybody because you're together all the time, so you just kind of get to talking, and then you become close. And now me and Hannah didn't know she existed before a musical last year, but now now I consider her one of my best friends. Cam, I only knew him as the kid with the weird hair, and now I know him as Cam with the weird hair, and I consider him one of my good friends. Caroline, who got me into musical. It's just great to spend time with people you already knew and then meet new people. And Megan McLafferty, I did musical with her last year, and we call her Mom because she's the sweetest person on earth, and she's like backstage in her giant Ursula costume, like, do you need anything? Do you need help getting changed out of your costume into the next one? Oh, I'm making pepperoni rolls for the cast party. Like, Megan's just the sweetest person, and it's just is amazing to have a great cast, and we're also like close and tight with each other.
All right, well, thank you guys for being on our show. That's it for this episode of Education Today. We'd like to thank the students of the Armstrong High School TV production class, led by their teacher, Dawn Swanson, as they acted as our crew for today. For more information on the show, you can contact Chris Garitano on the district website. Thank you guys, and have a good night.